Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello everyone, welcome to second PUC statistics online classes. In the last class we have discussed what are the conditions of unit test, time reversal test, factor reversal test and circular test. Today we are going to see how to solve the problem using these conditions. Let us see the first problem, that is verify whether Laspier's, Pasque's, Marshall-Edgeworth, Dorbish-Bowley's, Fisher's index number satisfies time reversal test using the following data. See, here the observations are given. The first column is item, second column is price, the last column is quantity. Okay, here price, under that two columns are there. One is 2008, another one is 2009. Here 2009 is current year and 2008 is base year. Price of base year is denoted by P naught and price of current year is denoted by P1, and price of quantity of base year is denoted by Q naught and quantity of current year is denoted by Q1. Okay, now let us check whether Laspier's index number satisfies time reversal test. Okay, now here time reversal test condition is P01 into P10 is equal to 1. Okay, now what is P01? That is direct method of Laspier's price index number, that is equal to P01 is equal to summation P1 Q naught divided by summation P naught Q naught. Here into 100 is not there because test for adequacy of index number should be in the form of ratios. Okay, next let us see Laspier's price index number with time reversal is, that is P naught P10, this is equal to summation P naught Q1 divided by summation P1 Q1. Okay, see here using these terms we have to generate next four columns, that is P naught Q naught, P1 Q naught, P1 Q1, next P naught Q1. Now see the first column, that is P naught Q naught. Okay, here P naught is 9, Q naught is 3, so 9 into 3 is 27. Similarly, next P naught value is 20, Q naught value is 9, so 20 into 9 is 180. Next P naught value is 10, Q naught value is 5, so 10 into 5 is 50. Then sum of this is 257. Okay, next column is P1 into Q naught. Okay, here P1 is 9, Q naught is 3, so 9 into 3 is 27. Next P1 is 21, Q naught is 9, so 21 into 9 is 189. Next P1 value is 15, then Q naught value is 5, 15 into 5 is 75. Then sum of P1 Q naught is 291. Okay, next P1 into Q1. Here P1 is 9, Q1 is 6, 9 into 6 is 54. Next P1 is 21, then Q1 is 10, 21 into 10 is 210. Next P1 is 15, Q1 is 6, 15 into 6 is 90. Okay, next column is P naught into Q1. Here P naught is 9, then Q1 is 6, 9 into 6 is 54. Next P naught value is 20, then Q1 value is 10, 20 into 10 is 200. Next P naught is 10, Q1 is 6, then 10 into 6 is 60. Then sum of P naught Q1 is 314. Now substitute these values in formula. Okay, here formula is sum of P1 Q naught. Here sum of P1 Q naught is 291 divided by sum of P naught Q naught is 257. I will call it as equation number 1. Okay, next see last year's price index number with time reversal is, that is L P naught P1 0 is equal to sum of P naught Q1, that is sum of P naught Q1 is 314 divided by sum of P1 Q1 is 354. I will call it as equation number 2. Okay, now from equation 1 and 2, that is P naught 1 into P1 0 is equal to 1. Okay, I will substitute these values in the formula. Okay, that is last year's price index number is 291 divided by 257 into this one is 314 divided by 354. See here, these two elements not there in the denominator. So these terms will not be cancelled. Therefore, this is not equal to 1. Okay, it means last year's index number does not satisfy time reversal test. Next, let us check whether Pasque's index number satisfies time reversal test or not. Okay, now we know the condition of Pasque's price index number, that is P naught 1 is equal to sum of P1 Q1 divided by sum of P naught Q1. Then Pasque's price index number with the time reversal is P1 0 is equal to sum of P naught Q naught divided by sum of P1 Q naught. Okay, now I will substitute the values. Here sum of P1 Q1 is, that is 354 divided by sum of P naught Q1 is 314. Okay, I will call it as equation number 1. Next, here sum of P naught Q naught is 257 divided by sum of P1 Q naught is 291. I will call it as equation number 2. Okay, now from equation 1 and 2, then condition is P naught 1 into P1 0 is equal to 1. Here now I will substitute these two values under this condition. Here P naught 1 is 354 divided by 314 into P1 0 is 257 divided by 291. Here these two elements are not cancelled with these two denominator. Why? Because these two elements not there in the denominator. So this is not equal to 1. Therefore, Pasque's price index number does not satisfy time reversal test. Okay. Next, let us check whether Marshall-Edgeworth index number satisfies time reversal test or not. Okay. We know the condition, that is the first one is P naught 1 is equal to summation P1 Q naught plus summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P naught Q naught plus summation P naught Q1. Then Marshall-Edgeworth index number with the time reversal test is P1 0 is equal to summation P naught Q1 plus summation P naught Q naught divided by summation P1 Q1 plus summation P1 Q naught. Okay, now substitute the values and for this formula. This is equal to summation P1 Q naught is summation P1 Q naught is 291 plus summation P1 Q1 is 354 divided by summation P naught Q naught is 257 plus summation P naught Q1 is 314. Okay, this is equation number 1. Next, in this, summation P naught Q1 is 314 plus summation P naught Q naught is 257 divided by summation P1 Q1 is 354 plus summation P1 Q naught is 291. This is equation number 2. Now, from equation 1 and 2, the condition is P01 into P10 is equal to 1. Okay, I will substitute these values under this condition. Okay, here P01 is 291 plus 354 divided by 257 plus 314 into, then P10 is 314 plus 257 divided by 354 plus 291, this is equal to 1. See here, this 291 and this 291 get cancelled. Next 354 and 354 get cancelled, and this 257 and this 257 get cancelled, and this 314 and this 314 get cancelled. The remaining terms are, here it is 1 into, this is 1 and this is equal to 1. So, this 1 into 1, that is 1 only. So, 1 is equal to 1. Therefore, Marshall-Edgeworth index number satisfies time reversal test. Okay, next we are going to check whether Darvish-Bowles index number satisfies time reversal test or not. Okay, see here the condition of time reversal test is P01 is into P10 is equal to 1. We know the formula of Darvish-Bowles P01, that is direct formula is equal to half into summation P1 Q naught divided by summation P naught Q naught plus summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P naught Q1. Okay, then the next is Darvish-Bowles index number with time reversal, that is P10. This is equal to half into summation P naught Q1 divided by summation summation P1 Q1 plus summation P naught Q naught divided by summation P1 Q naught. Okay, I will substitute the values here, that is half into, here summation P1 Q naught is, summation P1 Q naught is 291 divided by summation P naught Q naught is 257 plus summation P1 Q1 is 354 divided by summation P naught Q1 is 314. Okay, this is equation number 1. Okay, next let us see the time reversal, that is half into sum of P naught Q1 is 314 divided by sum of P1 Q1 is 354 plus sum of P naught Q naught is 257 divided by sum of P1 Q naught is 291. Okay, this is equation number 2. Okay, now from equation number 1 and 2, the condition is P01 into P10 is equal to 1. Okay, now I will substitute these values under this condition, that is Darvish-Bowles price index number is half into 291 divided by 257 plus 354 divided by 340 into Darvish-Bowley's time reverse is half into 314 divided by 354 plus 257 divided by 291. This is equal to 1. Here 291 is cancelled with 291 and 354 cancelled with this term, 257 also cancelled with this and 314 also cancelled. Okay, here remaining terms half, here also half, here half into half is not equal to 1. Therefore, Darvish-Bowley's price index number does not satisfy time reversal test. Okay, next, to see whether Fisher's index number satisfies time reversal test or not. Okay, based on this condition, we know the direct formula of Fisher's index number, that is P01 F is equal to square root of summation P1 Q0 divided by summation P0 Q0 into summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 Q0. The next P10 is square root of summation P0 Q1 divided by summation P1 Q1 into summation P0 Q0 divided by summation P1 Q1. Okay, now I will substitute the values. Here square root of summation P1 Q0 is 291 divided by summation P0 Q0 is 257 into summation P1 Q1 is 354 divided by summation P0 Q1. Okay, here it is Q1. Summation P0 Q1 is 314. Okay, this is equation number 1. Here square root of summation P0 Q1 is 314 divided by summation P1 Q1 is 354 into summation P0 Q0 is 257 divided by summation P1 Q0. Okay, this is summation P1 Q0 is 291. This is equation number 2. Okay, from equation 1 and equation 2, the condition is Fisher's price index number into Fisher's reversed price index number is equal to 1. Okay, I will substitute these values under this condition, that is Fisher's price index number is square root of 291 divided by 257 into 354 divided by 314 into square root of this one is 314 divided by 354 into 257 divided by 291. This is equal to 1. Okay, now this 291 and this 291 get cancelled and this 354 and this 354 get cancelled. This 257 and this 257 get cancelled and this one and this one get cancelled. Here remaining terms are square root of 1 into square root of 1 is equal to 1. Here square root of 1 into square root of 1 is 1 only, then 1, this one is equal to 1. So that therefore Fisher's index number satisfies time reversal test. Thank you for watching this videos.